Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Chef Pam and this is Chef and More, and today we are going to be making keto breakfast egg cups. And if you want to learn how to make all kinds of food and dishes homemade the easy and simple way, subscribe so you won't miss any of my videos and tap that bell so you will get notified. Let's get started. Hey guys, we are all ready to get started, and we have our sausage here. Now this is just regular breakfast sausage. You can get plain pork, or you can even do this with chicken, ground chicken. And we have some spinach, and we have mozzarella cheese, and then we have our eggs, because these are egg cups. So we're going to be putting this together, and we're going to be using a muffin tin. Now I'm going to only do 6, and I'll show you what I'll do with this half of the tin a little bit later. So the first thing we want to do is get our sausage, and we're just going to put it in the bottom of the tin, and then you want to spread it up the sides, creating a well within the middle of the sausage, and it will form a cup. It'll be the same shape as the muffin tin. So just spread it around. You don't want it to be too thick, because then it'll take forever to cook. So you want it to be a good amount in there, because, well, we also have to count calories too. So that's another reason why we don't want it too thick. But you just want to form a cup with it. Just press it down. You don't want it to come above the edge of the tin. You want it to come right to the edge. And guys, if you want to, you can spray the tins. I haven't necessarily found it was needed to spray it, but you can if you want to make sure it's going to come out. But your meat is going to have a little oil in it anyway, and since it's on the bottom, it's going to create a little oil. So you don't want it to be too oily as well. So again, just press it down. Make sure you got it coming up all the sides, and you want to just do each one like that, however many you decide to make. Like I said, I'm just going to make 6 today. I'm the only one that does keto in my house, so I don't need to make a whole dozen. And guys, these also keep well, so I will normally just eat 2 and put the other 4 up. The next day I might eat 2, might skip a day and eat a couple of more, something like that, 2, 2, and 2. But you can do it however you want, but they will keep in an airtight container in the refrigerator for a few days. So feel free to make a dozen if that's what you want, because they're also good for on the go. They heat up well. Just pop them in the microwave for a second. So now we have all of our meat done, all of our sausage in the bottom of our tin. We have 6 done. And next we're going to get our spinach put in there. Now I just have a few spinach leaves, guys. This is probably about a half a cup uncut. Probably is going to equal, I don't know, maybe about a 1/4 of a cup once I'm finished dicing it up. You want to cut it up because you don't want to bite into it or cut into it and have a big leaf spinach in there in the bottom. You want to just dice it up. You don't have to dice it up very fine. Just chop it up. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything like that. Just kind of want your cuts as even as possible. That always ensures that your food cooks evenly. So now we're just going to put a little bit in the bottom on top of each sausage well. So you just want a little bit in the bottom. You don't want to fill the cup up because they're small, and we still have to add our cheese and we have to add our egg. So just put a little bit in each of the bottom part of each sausage. This will be at the very bottom, and after we get all of our spinach in there, it doesn't have to be fancy, but you do kind of want to make sure each one has the same amount or as close to it as possible. Then next, you're just going to go ahead and get your cheese on top. You want to put your cheese. Now I'm using mozzarella cheese here, but you can actually use whatever cheese you like. I have done this with cheddar cheese before. I also like jalapeno or pepper jack cheese, so that tastes good as well. The sausage I'm using is actually a hot sausage, so it has quite a bit of seasoning in it already, so I just chose to use some mozzarella today. So there you have it. This is what it's going to look like before we put our egg on there. So we've got all 6 done. And now it's time to get our eggs in there. Turn this around so it'll be a little bit closer. And guys, I always like to crack my eggs in something else first, just to ensure I don't have a bad egg and I'm pouring it on top of my food. So you just want to pour each one in there. You want to pour it kind of slow because it's going to fill up all the way to the top and you don't want it to run over. So you have to be careful. And also too, when you're cracking your eggs, make sure that yolk stays intact. You don't want the yolk to bust, otherwise you're going to need another egg, because in the end that yolk is going to still be whole and a runny yolk. So you can cook it a little longer if you don't want a runny yolk, cook it a little less if you do. So you just want to make sure that they all have an egg on top. And they look pretty already, just like they are before we cook it. Now, after this, I'm going to put on this side a little water in each one. That does two things. One, it will keep your pan from burning if you happen to leave something in there or have it in there for a long time. You don't need to fill them all the way up, but I tend to like to put them, maybe halfway up with water, and it will also ensure that your food cooks evenly because your oven will think something is in each pan or in each slot of your tin. So now we're headed to our oven. Okay, so we've got our oven set for 400 degrees, guys, there. And there they are in the oven. And when they come out, we are done. Now they're out of the oven, guys. Look at that. Don't they look good? They have puffed up beautifully. These are just gorgeous. I'm loving this. So now, guys, we are all done. We have our keto egg cups done with sausage, spinach, and mozzarella cheese. Yum! So guys, give me a thumbs up, leave me some comments, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll get notified. I am so glad you guys came to hang out with me and cook with me today. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys like these videos, these how-to videos, I have a link to my Patreon page in the description. Please consider supporting me over there. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.